like gentleman as I lead him away from the gathering of other people for the big boy chat.
Oh, by the way, Cora, you actually could sense that the Force flowed through him, but he didn't use it. He senses kind of like Jack in a way.
He really is the meat of the Sith.
Holy crap.
He has a cool mustache, though.
I could have a mustache if I wanted.
Yeah.
Astrid, fetch me a mustache! So, dispensing with the facade. You're the man who's really in charge here. We both know it.
Well, dear boy, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm simply in charge of military matters.
And well, we both know that she's going to leave here in a hissy fit unless it looks like you've talked me round to something. So why don't we actually talk?
It's exactly as she says. It poses security risks to everybody involved on the planet. We have no idea who these people are, who they wish to be, or what they're doing here. That is troublesome.
Yes. And I imagine information that you would have much use for hearing before the Republic heard about it.
That is correct. As I said, we don't know.
Yeah. So surely it would be more useful for you to find out before the good commander does.
Ah, so you're willing to keep this information secret? But for
Third
what?
light. Some like Vaders. I have friends in the Sith Navy. That's part of why they chose me for the job, actually.
I suppose owing a good friend, a favor would not go so amiss.
I thought I should tell her, by which I meant you. Our meeting in the Republic earlier, you were offered an invite to the Founders' meeting. Naturally, I imagine you'd like to extend me the same offer, so that it isn't seen to be a loss.
He takes another drag. True. No, if I did nothing, then it may seem you were playing one side. But I do not wish to cause discourse.
No.
Of course, I would like to extend such an offer.
As for what I'd like to get out of our arrangement, in exchange for the information, I'd like... well... really, it's only one thing from you.
Hmm.
In fact, something not even, to be honest, too related to the job at hand, just a personal quibble.
And what is that?
Landing and arrival. I do so hate autopilot.
He gives a chuckle. I will give you exceptions from the autopilot and make sure the guns do not shoot down your ship in return.
Never let it be said we aren't good to our friends. Here, and I hand him my personal comm signal. If you ever need to get in touch or anything else that needs to be solved. You know, neutrally, of course.
He smiles a bit and goes, I understand.
Well, why don't we go over there and we'll say you strong-armed me.
At this point, Zao is about to shout at Cora, just like,
also,
this is meant to be your job. And then,
as I walk
by the
over
way,
to
I was
with
gonna
him,
play the same card.
I tuck
was,
the comm codes into his pocket like he did with the cigar earlier.
Just so we're clear, I was gonna play the same card after she got angry that we're basically gonna keep the information for them, but that's gonna cost them. That's
so yes,
the way.
Orville calms down Zoe and sends her off before going, the meeting was very enlightening, before he heads off himself.
Also, as we sort of walk over, I've got like a look of, you know, frustrated defeat on my face, and I'm sort of playing it down. And okay, we'll accept. You know, he's talked me down to it.
Considering we've been traveling for a while, can I pretty much guess that he's being an actor right now, and he's definitely not in.
Well, I don't think you've ever seen me lose a negotiation to anyone, including.
Yep. So I'm assuming that you're basically playing it off right now.
Yeah.
So
And with that, Koro is just gonna shrug, look towards Keter with a smile, say, "Well, it seems like you're gonna get what you wanted. Congratulations."
Zoe seems happy, but Oriel is already ushering her out. This meeting was enlightening. I shall inform Zoe of the details, but for now I bid you good day. He says he smokes. And he walks off.
Once they've left the room and everything's clear, I'll just turn to the rest of the group and the 8. That is by far the most dangerous man I've met today.
Oh?
Yeah. More than just aggressive, he's sharp as well.
Well, I guess you can call
Might
it
be
that,
onto
considering, shall we say, he has some of that famous luck that you boast about.
I'll just give you like a weird look of what?
Caesar looks at Cora. Really?
He's force sensitive, Tizer.
Wait, where do you come from? I thought you were lounging on the ship.
I was meditating.
Yeah, when I do it, they call it sleeping.
So, anybody else want to do anything before the meeting?
Nah, fuck us up, man.
Besides fussing over Jack until he gets really annoyed and starts chewing her off.
Right. As you get towards the zone, and you stand in front of the security guards that are there, including... One second. Ben, who's also there, he goes, right, 2 by 2, into the elevator. And by that I mean 2 at a time. It's a security reason.
That's fine. I'll just give
Right.
Ben the nod, and as I pass in Astrid getting into the lift, I'll tell him, I'll see you at the mess after this if you've got the time. Still
He
need to
nods.
inspect the ship.
So with that, he sends Astrid and Jack up the elevator. As you're rising up, it's a long way up, and looking out over the crisp green area, the rain has stopped, and the sun is glistening off of the horizon.
So, as we're just kind of sitting in the elevator a lot, I'm just gonna kind of offhandedly. I'm
Can't
gonna
even complete a sentence, can you?
shut the fuck up.
Wrecked.
Astrid's just gonna kind of offhandedly mention, usually when I get that angry, the only thing that calms me down is killing someone.
Well, I'm glad you didn't start shooting. Imagine Cora would have been very upset with a few holes in her.
No, I just meant I find it strange that just kind of fussing over you calm me down that much.
Jack stands there awkwardly.
Just kind of shakes her head.
Gonna be alright?
Jack,
Yes,
straight
Astrid?
up. I won't do anything if you say no, but do you actually want to marry me?
I don't know. I mean, obviously at the time I was pretty panicked, but just gives you like the most, confused, conflicted look of I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time, to be honest.
Want to know
My
a
mum
secret?
seems to like you.
I don't either, but
Go on.
After I got kicked out of my clan, I really didn't know what I was gonna do. But then you came along with your stupid swag and your spaceship and your rustic charm, and never been happier.
Seeing the awkward, genuine moment, Jack will do the only thing he knows and deflect with humour and go, rustic? Rustic? And then put on the poshest accent he can. I'll have you know my family manor has 9 bars.
I've seen the insides of your ship. Rustic is a great word for it.
Shut up. I give you a light shoulder punch.
Astrid debates giving you a light shoulder punch back, but is just kind of like, nah, it hurt my meatbag future husband.
Light punch, accidentally Dex Jack. Whoops.
Fuck, far were we up the elevator? Oh.
I mean, the only way out right now for you, Jack, is through the window.
Yeah, it just punches me through the window. Hope he thinks quick. You get to the bottom 2 hours later. Yeah, random smuggler landed, broke all the bones in his legs, but kept asking for whiskey to dull the pain. Is he yours?
Yeah.
No, she's like, use your
He
jetpack.
is mine.
Oh wait.
I don't have one! Jack says,
If he
ramming the
fell
boot
out the
knife into
window-
the side of the building, scraping down the entire thing.
If he fell out
But
the
no, I
window,
just-
Astrid's immediate reaction would be to jump after him.
Yeah, I just leave it with the shut up you, punches you in the shoulder.
And while she's still
Aw.
wearing her helmet, you can basically just kind of tell that she's giving you a genuine smile of just kind of like, wow, he's kind of cool.
Good old deflecting with humor. Works every time.
And suddenly the camera pans down to the bottom floor of the elevator. Cora looks up confused and, how long is that elevator ride? You'd think that could be an emotional moment that may define two characters forever in there. It's so long.
At that point, the elevator arrives, and the doors open for you two.
Experta, in our emotional elevator scene, can you not suck my dick, please? Thank you.
The only thing that's gonna happen in our emotional elevator scene, Jack, is you're getting a lobotomy.
No, please. Please, no.
At
Gonna
that
stick it in
point,
your bottom.
by the way, as they usher you in, they basically allow Tizza. Sorry, I'm still laughing. They allow Tizza, they allow B2 and Cora to get all on because because B2 doesn't count as a person.
Yeah, because he literally is not human. See? They don't count you as a
Exactly.
person.
Um,
You're not people.
To quote Rivek, Skipper says he's people. That means he's people.
Oh, he's getting on the elevator too, and for some apparent reason, the elevator ride doesn't seem as long to you guys as you appear there in like a
Yeah,
moment
it's
or
an
two.
emotionally charged elevator. That's fucking
Sorry,
guys.
there is-
No,
there
basically what
is-
happens in our elevator ride is Cora looks over towards Tizzer. So, you like the Force, huh? She's like, yeah, you? I guess it's okay. And the robot's there like, what the fuck?
By the way, at this point, the elevator arrives. Seems like it's also exposition hour too. So you're all there and are allowed to head into the founders' meeting, which, as you enter, you see both of these people.
Car.
Ah.
Oh, there we go, there's the baddie.
How close are they to the door?
They're across the room at a table.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey, Tizer, looks like your master is red with anger. Is it because she saw you?
Very funny.
That's
That's
racist.
her skin color.
That's racist.
Oh.
Caesar just slips in. Since Caesar assumes that no one will pay much attention to her because, you know, she's not the captain, she just slip into the room and over to where Master Shilak is.
By the way, before you did that, Cora slipped a box of chocolates in your arms. Here, just in case. Yes, those are the 50-50 chocolates.
Theseus looks back at the Cora like, why are you giving these to me and not the captain?
Well, if you give her the chocolates, wouldn't that, you know, smooth things better than her receiving chocolates from a man she doesn't know?
Unfortunately, our disagreement is more spiritual.
Oh, come now. Who's gonna say no to a box of chocolates?
We'll see how the conversation progresses.
At this
Meanwhile,
point,
me and Astrid have been there for like 5 minutes, just waiting.
you
Awkwardly.
can hear Prepare talking across the room, saying, "It seems like the project of the tamings is going well." Yes, I do believe. And at this point, as soon as you guys enter the room, she turns to face you all. But she doesn't say anything because she has spotted somebody.
I assume she immediately senses my presence.
Yeah, she's just looking at you. Meanwhile, Dr. Keta is turning and going, "Ah, you must be the neutral party we have heard about."
Captain
What?
Dibler.
Who does it say that to?
All of you.
Okay, fair enough.
Come,
And these
quickly.
are my associates.
He motions you over.
First of all, I'd like to thank both the Republic and Sith for inviting me here to oversee the meeting.
In this room, there are no such factions. We are simply talking about the project.
By the way, for this meeting, Jack's just gonna try and stay unobtrusive.
Okay. With that explanation towards you all, he's gonna turn back to Shilak and go, "Anyway, what is this you were talking about? Some sort of force?" Yes. She turns away from Tizza for a moment, focusing back on her job. There seems to be some sort of focus in the force somewhere deep in the jungle. However, none of my Padawans nor I have been able to find it. We know it's strong and down there. May explain why there's so much life on this planet. I see. Would it aid us in the taming project? After all, this is our purpose here. As much as I may respect your order, that does not mean that such things should get in the way. I understand, and it will not. Just feel like it may be important. I will send a few Padawans out there now and again to check. I am confident in their abilities.
If I may.
Mhm.
As I'm sure you're well aware, Master, some of my crew are well versed in the ways of the Force. Perhaps I could offer my aid in locating this as a goodwill measure.
Teaser just wants to disappear when he says that.
I also indicate Bora in the look, but I imagine for her it's eyes focused on Tizza.
No, like, because in Teaser's mind, he basically just told a fucking master that, like, oh yeah, by the way, I also have people who know as much as you, and Teaser's like, no, you don't. Shut up.
Yes.
But you forget, one thing I know fuck all about is the Force, Sibby.
Clearly you're an expert.
Since Jack seems to be making an error and Tizer doesn't wanna butt in, Cora is actually gonna try to dampen the blow a little bit and go, "We have already received permission to act freely and to fly freely. If this disturbance troubles you, Master, we can, well, take a look for you as well. Keep an eye out."
He nods. There are several disturbances. One is just simply a very powerful concentration of the Force. The other, however, senses something different. Not of the dark side, but it is different. He gives a firm nod, and from that point you can hear, if you don't interrupt or want to ask anything, they continue talking about certain aspects of the taming project, like how are they going to make sure that both sides get equal resources, logistics, all that sort of stuff, until eventually the meeting comes to an end.
No, Teaser will wait until after the meeting comes to an end to once again approach Master Shilak.
She looks towards you. She doesn't look angry, but there's something in her look as she looks towards you and goes,
Disappointment.
"It's been a long time."
It has. I trust you are well, Master Shilak.
She nods. The years have been coming, but I still remain as youthful as ever. How have you been, Padawan?
Teaser
Amazing.
tilts the head to the side. I have been well. Although I did not expect you call me by that title.
It has been a while since I have. Does not matter what you may have done, why you may have left. You have been my Padawan.
True enough. But I'm no longer part of the Order.
Perhaps. But I have sensed in you that you have not turned to the dark side as I feared. So, some relief in that.
While we have been over this, I shall tell you again that the dark side is not what I seek.
She shakes her head. Maybe such words should not be brought up again.
Very well.
The last time was unpleasant.
This presence in the Force this planet holds, we already knew some of it before we came to this meeting, but from what you said, there's more than one presence?
The planet itself is bathed in the Force, that's correct. But there are strong concentrations even for this planet, dotted around. 2 are close by.
Light? Dark? Caesar makes a dramatic pause and then says, or something in between?
That feels strange. It is not dark, that much I know. The other, though, just feels like a high concentration of the Force. Life.
I take it from your expressions that they are not what you would consider light either.
Perhaps, but until I interact with them I would not know.
The Doctor seems to be of the opinion, or seems to be hoping that these presences can help you with your project.
He nods. Well, they are of interest to a Jedi, at least. I am unsure if they would help the project as a whole. It's why Dr. Ketter is unsure about committing resources to such a venture. And I understand.
While my shipmates have generously offered to aid with any problems, you should also know that they know little of the ways of the Force, with the exception of one. And they may not fully understand the ramifications of problems on this world.
It is a place that is heavy in the Force, correct? Such events here could have a wide-spreading influence. At that point, she actually looks towards Cora, who is likely standing off towards the side.
Yep.
And she talks to you, it is just making sure she's out of earshot, and goes, "That's one. He is very scarred. I can sense things weigh heavily on that one." If that is all, teaser.
I was wondering,
Yes.
is there anyone on this world who has a vested interest in bringing about conflict here? That you know of?
That I do not know. I suppose there may be a few. I sense unease in the future. Unease that may tip the balance of this planet and those connected to it.
Do you believe the Sith might be prone to go down that path? Or do they understand the ramifications of that?
I understand at both sides. I understand. But both sides will cause this unease. That is what I've seen, but I do not know the cause.
Very well. Before I leave you, Caesar produces the box. A token from our crew. The one you called Scarred, she nods towards Cora. Procure them.
She smiles a little bit and goes, I shall take this gift. Thank you.
Caesar bows. While we may have had our differences, I will forever remain grateful to you for what you taught me.
I hope you find your path, Tizza. I hope you walk it right.
Theseus cocks her head to the side. Well, we shall see, shall we not?
You can sense still a bit of awkwardness, but it's definitely not as much as when you first met.
Think I've got a Jedi Master and can do all 4 stuff.
By the way, since we got this opportunity, when you're done with that, I wanna speak with Dr. Keller for 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, are you done, Sibby?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I wanna approach him and say, well, it's a pleasure meeting you in person, Doc, and I'm gonna offer a handshake.
He doesn't shake your hand, but goes, "This is a pleasure."
She's just gonna shrug and retract her hand. I met your daughter when we were dealing with, well, both parties, as you can imagine. Quite the, well, skilled person in her own way. You could say she almost twisted her arms to help you out. You should definitely give her a raise. And she grins.
You mean my daughter?
Yes.
Yes. Her talents are especially useful in such a place as this.
However, don't you think she might get bored if all she does is wag her tongue all day? She doesn't strike me as the type.
It's the path she has chosen, and so it's the path she shall walk.
She gave us free access, as you can imagine, so we can do our job. And we'll be collecting, well, samples for the other side. Is there anything in particular that you as well might be interested in? Procuring without, of course, anybody else finding out. We should be on the lookout for.
Anything rare. Pollen, particularly.
I'll keep that in mind. Where
sure
should we deliver this so there is no complications? From what we hear, you may have a small, well, place set up out there. Should we perhaps pay you a visit there?
No, only small shuttles may travel there. You may simply deliver it to the small building that we have set up here, or to security. They will simply send it my way.
I see. Alright then. Thank you for your time, Doctor.
He nods. Very serious no-nonsense man.
As I'm walking back to Jack, I'm just gonna whisper to him that we basically have a way inside his facility in case we get interested in finding out what the fuck's in there. Because if they have to make a delivery, that means we have a way in.
So, anybody else want to do anything with these two?
Nah.
Nope. Okay, so you head back down the elevator.
Is she gonna try the
Didn't you,
chocolates?
He's not trying them now, no.
Damn it! Okay, fine.
Well, I assume since there's no more emotional scenes, the elevator goes even slower.
Well, that's the thing. You all are able to get on it, and it's all going down now.
Oh, well, I guess we all have to have a group emotional scene.
Okay, everybody, huddle in. Time for a group hug.
No.
Guys, I just can't take how amazing I am. No, it's like there's so much weight on my shoulders to consistently be this good.
Actually, Teaser will speak up. Well, that certainly went better than expected.
Dude, are you seeing this?
Come on, T-Rex! Fuck you, bitch!
Yes, on the buildings, collateral damage.
Fuck collateral damage, I'm an giant ass robot!